Can I have your attention, please? We'll be starting up shortly. Good evening, and welcome to the Lowell Planning Board for October 3rd, 2016. The first matter on our agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes for the May 2nd, 2016 meeting. Any of the board members have any comments or concerns or questions on that meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I just have one small, more of a technical correction on this. And matter of fact, the minutes were very well detailed, I have to say. I got the interaction back and forth. But on page 1, it says the following are results of the June 6, 2015 meeting. I believe that should have been May 2nd, 2016 meeting. Other than that,
Was, okay. Was one,
and then
I didn't know if she was referring that on, okay, I got you. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, because
I'll leave
matter
it
of
at
fact, we mentioned
Yeah, that should be
that
there.
we were referring an item to June 6th.
Okay,
in
yeah,
here.
right. So that should be 5/2/16 instead of 6/6/15, right?
Right, correct.
Okay.
So with that, I'd make a motion to approve
As
the minutes.
amended?
Yes.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes yes. Any opposition? Hearing none, that motion carries, and those minutes have been approved. Moving along, we have a continuation of a public hearing. This is 98 Smith Street. This is site plan review. This was continued from the August 15th, 2016 meeting. The Lowell Planning Board and Zoning Board will hold a public hearing to hear all interested persons relative to an application by House of Hope seeking site plan review approval on the above address. The proposal is to renovate and construct an addition to the existing structure in order to accommodate 17 residential units. The project will provide for 20 parking spaces. The proposed project is located in the traditional multifamily zoning district and requires site plan approval under section 11.4 of the Lowell zoning ordinance. May we hear from the applicants, please?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we're back. So I guess I'm just, without any further ado, I just want to introduce you to our engineer, Mr. Jim DeVillis, who will review with you our plan for wastewater.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Jim DeVellis. I'm a professional civil engineer with the firm of DeVellis Serene, and we're providing civil engineering landscape services to New Hope. This is the third planning board, I believe, the second planning board meeting. I presented to you a plan, and it was deficient on a couple things. We didn't have full existing condition survey. So since the last meeting, in this meeting, our surveyors had completed the survey. We designed to it, and basically the plan is very similar to the one that you saw before, but now it has all the engineering backup, the grading, drainage, utilities, and so forth. So what we submitted to the board was also a full drainage report, as a 50-page report with all the hydraulics. So with respect to stormwater management, it meets all the requirements and basically takes the runoff and puts it back into the ground and recharges it. And so all the backup is done in this report. So if it's okay with the board, I'll just walk you through the colored rendering.
Sure, absolutely, sir. Thank you.
So the northwest facing house is Smith Street, so the existing building is pretty much here. The horseshoe drive is going to remain the same. We're going to repave it. The pavement is long past its lifetime, but the in and out on Smith Street is going to stay the same. They'll actually come in this way. The 20 parking spaces that was referenced are along here, a few in the back here, and angled ones, and then they come up and park along here and turn back to Smith Street before you come out. The other amenities that I've shown
Does anybody else want to speak in regards to this project? Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Okay, at this point in time, I'll turn it over. Any of the planning board members have any questions or comments?
Are you repaving the, everything that's shown on there as pavement, the whole site?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and it's only the, and material we got, it's only the roof drains that are going into the rain garden? All of that, everything that hits the pavement is going down the driveways to the street?
Yes and no. We're grading it, so it could get into the rain garden, but we're designing it that way, but our numbers are very conservative. We're assuming that when there's plowing done in the snowbanks, it's not gonna get into the rain garden during the winter, and it will still match and mitigate all the peak runoff.
Okay. If the rain garden is getting all of the roof drainage and it gets, which it was designed for, and then it gets some of the pavement drainage too, over the surface down the slope, would that be a problem in any way? Would that overflow?
No,
it, or-
the reference point is Smith Street. The entire site is going to Smith Street undetained right now. So when it fills up, and say if everything goes to it, it's still gonna go to Smith Street. It's not gonna go into the neighbors.
Okay.
But the peak runoff rate is gonna be less than what's there existing now.
So the worst-case scenario in the rain garden is if it were to overtop, it would go over the sidewalk into the street, just exactly like the, what's coming off
What
the
it does
pavement.
there now today, correct.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I had seen that comment about the runoff from the pavement going down into the street because of the way that it was, the pavement was graded. And then, when I heard you say that you were doing the repavement, it struck me that there was an opportunity to do that, but it sounds like you're already planning for that.
Yeah.
So, good.
Thank you.
We often have Joe, we often, in terms of landscaping, we often have a condition about the work with the DPD on the landscaping plan. Do we need that one this time? Do we have more is there more landscaping to talk about? Or it seems like we've pretty exhaustively nailed down the landscaping.
Yeah, it seems like in this case, we've kind of nailed it down, so I don't really think you would really need it in this case. Of course, you're welcome to if you'd like, but I don't think it would be necessary in this case.
That was my impression, too. Thanks. That's all I had, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Boyle. Any other board members? Mr.
I
Lockhart?
just have one question.
Go ahead, Bob.
I just want to know whether the city engineer has approved the drainage.
The plans and the drainage report was submitted to the city, and we got correspondence back today from the engineering department that, not to put words in their mouth, but they were satisfied.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Was
the
that,
email?
Mr. Chairman, that was the email you received
That's the
today
email that
from,
we got today?
yeah, from Joe Cady in the engineering
That's what I was
office.
gonna ask you, Joe, okay. So this one says, this is from Joseph Caddy, the engineer from the city of Lowell. It says, addressed to, I think it was Lisa DeMayo, is that what it was? Okay.
That's correct, yeah.
I gave the stormwater report of the House of Hope project on Smith Street another look. The plan was correct. The grade of the driveway is designed so that the storm and water from the paved area is directed to the street and not the rain garden. Only roof drains will be collected and piped directly to the rain garden. There will be a small decrease in the overall post-construction stormwater making it to the street. So I guess, and I guess your comment was, Joe, when you sent it out, was there any other questions? I think that's all they responded to, is that correct?
That's correct. We didn't get anything else from the engineering office, but it seemed generally they're comfortable with the design that's been presented.
Does that help answer that, Bob? Or you- Any other questions?
That's fine.
Do you have any other questions, Bob? No? Mr. Lockhart, any questions?
Yeah, just something very minor, really. I'm looking at a memorandum from Joe on July 25th. Actually, it's relating to the landscaping along the front and the removal of shrubs in the front.
Yeah,
Is it, he's asking, is it necessary? Can you just go through that landscaping in the front there a little bit?
Smith Street and there's a sidewalk,
Yeah.
and there's a chain link fence. The only really landscaping that's in the front are two very large trees here, which we're working around, and we're touching. At the corners,
Okay, thank you, that's all I had, Mr. Chairman.
Dick, any questions, comments?
Given the approval by the engineer at this point, which was the main question we had at the last discussion, I'm fine with everything on it.
Joe, DPD has no further comments? I know you and I touched base earlier today, but it's on the record.
Yeah, nothing really else at this point, Mr. Chairman.
No other questions? What's the request of the board?
I make a motion that we approve the application for site plan review, subject to final formal approval of the drainage plan by the engineering office.
I'll second the motion.
Motion is made and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Mr. Shedd, you've
Abstain.
abstained from that, okay? And chair votes yes, so we have 5 in favor, none against, correct? Motion carries. Good luck.
Great, very good, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, gentlemen.
You're welcome. Wish you well with that.
Yes, and thank you for all you do.
So Joe, you got that to Joe yet? Stan, okay, thanks.
Yep.
That was for the ZBA.
That's
They put the
ZBA
language in
too.
together, and they went to ZBA after, so they
And
language it
all
both
those
together.
variances
Yeah.
are there too, all that
And when they
stuff.
went to ZBA, they got it approved. Then they sent it back, and it cost, yeah, and then ZBA said, as long as there's no big problem with the planning board, if you do, you have to come back. Because we got that memo a little while ago, remember? Yeah, so yeah, so that's.
Yeah, it's all
and
with them,
I
it's
didn't
all
need the
with them.
special permit in the second half of it.
Right, right.
So it was approved by them, so they're in good shape. I was just saying, like, you approved by the ZBA, so they're all set. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all set.
Okay, moving along on the agenda, we have our annual meeting, which would be for our election of officers. The planning board will elect officers for the 2016-17 board year. Positions to be elected include the chairperson, vice chairperson, second vice chairperson, representative from NEMCOG, and representative of the historic board. So let's take them one at a time. We'll go for the position for chairperson first.
Mr. Chairman, I nominate Thomas Linehan as the chairperson for the upcoming planning board year.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Yes, that motion's approved. I want to thank you all for that. I appreciate that. The next one would be for vice chairperson.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to nominate Richard Lockhart to serve as the vice chairperson for the 2016-17 board year.
Dick, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, oh,
Okay,
yes, I'm
then I'll second that.
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Rich. Next matter will be for second vice chairperson. I will nominate Mr. Jerry Fischett for the second vice chairperson.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. Appreciate that.
And that motion carries, so Mr. Fischett will be the second vice chair. Next one will be the representative to NEMCOG.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that Mr. Frechette be our representative to NIMCOG over the coming year.
Motion's made. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes yes. Any opposition? Hearing none. That vote carries.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And the next one will be the representative to the Historic Board. I'll make a motion that we appoint Mr. Richard Lockhart as our Historic Board representative.
Second that, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none. Do you accept, Mr. Lockhart?
Oh, of course.
Thank
yeah.
you very much.
Oh, yeah.
That completes our election of officers. Thank you all very much for voting. Good turnout tonight for that.
Quorum, right? Oh, so-
Yeah.
And going along for, any board members have any follow-up for other business?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to announce the NEMCOG annual meeting, which will be held October 19th, Wednesday, at 4 Oaks Country Club. and that will be, reception begins at 6:30, the dinner is at 7. The guest speaker will be Senator Eileen Donahue, and she was asked to comment on some of the items that were passed in the new economic development bill recently. So Senator Donahue has participated in the annual meetings before, and she's a very good speaker and obviously very well-versed in issues related to the Greater Lowell area. So I think it should be a very good and informative meeting. Tickets are $35 per person. Again, it's October 19th at Four Oaks.
Thank you for that, Mr. Fischett, for update. Any other updates, Matt? Any other?
I have a couple of
Sure.
things. The Historic Board will be meeting on the 11th. It'll be a Tuesday. I think it's the 11th because of the holiday. And we just have one item on the agenda, a public hearing for the little building that we voted on the last time over on the corner of Broadway
On
and
Fletcher?
Fletcher.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Steve's been working with the applicant. He showed me a rendition and, really, it'll look kind of nice.
Oh, yeah?
Small project, but I think an important one to be very visible and a good addition to that area. And the other thing I just wanted to mention, tomorrow evening, prior to the city council meeting, there's a presentation by people from the Lowell Heritage Partnership regarding the Waterways Initiative, the lighting, and all of that. And be a good explanation, something that people should see, and what's being visioned and planned to do that. I plan on attending, and
Where are they holding that, Rich?
right here,
Oh, okay.
right here,
So it'll be in the city council chambers prior to the city council meeting?
5:30, yes. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Any other board members, any follow-up comments or anything?
Yeah, it's there.
Hearing none, we can, Joe, any further comments from planning staff? In pretty good shape?
Yeah, it looks like we're in pretty good shape at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Well, this time I want to thank Joe for all your hard work. I know you're moving to a different position in the city, but you're not leaving us completely.
Yeah.
I know, Joe and I were talking today and indicated that he will be back before us on a few matters. He indicated Judy has to go out and have a knee replacement in January, so he might be at a couple of the meetings to see us, so.
Yep.
So I just want to wish him well publicly, all the support he's done for us in the planning board, and that he won't be lost, he'll still be working here for the city, but we won't see him as often, but he will be around. So again, we want to thank you, Joe, for all your hard work, we really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
It's, the planning staff that makes our life a lot easier,
That's all
getting
right.
all the information we need to come to these meetings and be prepared, and without your support, it makes this job very difficult, if not unattainable. So I really appreciate your help, thank you. Having said that, if we have no further follow-ups, we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, all right.
We can approve those now.
Joe, what's coming up? Anything important? Any good